Well, good afternoon, Internet. In preparation for me to start doing a little bit of backpacking, bushcrafting, and exploring, I've kind of begun the process of sorting through a few of my packs. I'm a little bit out of shape, so I have kind of started heading out, kind of lightly outfitted. This is just kind of my camera bag, actually, and a day pack, Dakeen day pack, and this basically just has my hatchet in it for a little bit of bushcraft. It's got my saw here and camera gear, various cameras for different purposes. I've got a few snacks in there, a little bit of light medical gear, just kind of stuff for day hiking. I wanted to start out light because of my physical shape right now. I'm just in the process of getting healthier, and so I figured I'd start off light with at least bring the camera gear and document some of my hikes. On the plan for today is to sort through it used to be my bug out bag and get home bag, and basically it was a overnight bag. Everything in here was for day hikes, and if something was to happen to me, then I would be able to spend the night wherever I'm at. And let's see if I can bump this camera up a little bit better. And what has happened in the process is that I have just kind of stacked extra stuff in on top of what I had in there in the past. And to be honest with you, I don't even really remember what exactly I've had in there from the past. So what I'm going to do today is just kind of unpack this thing and let the stuff sit here where I can examine it and figure out what exactly I need to keep my weight down to a minimum. This thing, I think, last time I weighed it with two 1 liter bottles of full water, and it was about 29 pounds, something like that. And it could be 30, something like that. I'll weigh it and put the poundage here because I've added an IFAC kit onto it, and so that's probably bumped the weight up. But basically on this, this is kind of my survival pack. It's got my survival knife. I'll go through all this gear individually when I decide what I'm going to put in the final backpack. A couple of coffee cups here. I like to go up and sit down at a place in the woods and either make some tea or some coffee or something like that to enjoy the scenery. So I'm going to try and incorporate those in there. But basically what I'm going to do here is just kind of unpack this thing, lay it out, and see if I can remember what I have in here. I've got my keep my butt dry pad for sitting down out there in the woods. Anyway, I'll start unpacking this thing and we'll see what all is in here. I hope there's nothing in here that embarrasses me. Alright, like I said, I got the IFAC kit on the back. Let's move this pack over here a little bit. I've got the survival knife. That has a sharpener, diamond sharpener with it, and a ferrocerium rod. I've also got my Mora knife over here. I believe this is the stainless HD. And I've got dual GPSs. I've got this this older GPS that I carry as a backup. It's a Magellan Explorer 600. And then I've also got the Garmin Montana 700i that I use for my motorcycle trips and hiking as well, and off-roading. I'm going to start doing some overlanding. All right, so basically we'll pull the waters out of here. I like these type of Nalgene's here with the narrow neck, because I have a water purification that is ultraviolet UV light, and it's called a SteriPen, and the SteriPen fits right into the neck of these, so I can stick that in there, tip them upside down, push the button for a few seconds, and have clean water to drink. Pretty quick method, as long as your batteries are good. So I've got 2 of these in here, and I usually carry 1 liter frozen water, kind of, you know, somewhere on me. I drink a lot of water when I'm hiking. So, okay, what do we got in here? I've got some coffee makings, looks like, some honey packet, and fire starter. I believe these are sawdust with wax in them. Picked them up at the farm store. I've got a charging cord for my phone or iPad if I have to use the drone. I've got a smaller first aid kit that I can probably, since I've got the IFAC on here, I can probably put this smaller first aid kit over with the camera bag. I don't really need that. I have got some rehydration packets, electrolytes. I'm telling you that I haven't taken electrolytes up until I was probably just last year, and I saw an advertisement for electrolytes. Specifically, it was for the ones that are called liquid IV, and there were times when I would come home and or get up and feel just kind of drowsy and lazy, and man, I'm telling you, stick one of those in with about 8 or 10 ounces of water, shake it up and drink it, and you feel immediate results from something like that. I've got some hand warmers here. Probably got different stuff scattered all over this pack. I've got some moleskin padding, knife and a fork, plastic knife and a fork that I got from some to-go place with a napkin in there that I can use. I know I've got sporks and stuff in here, but I think it's in my week-long bag. I have this battery pack, rechargeable battery pack for charging my phone or to run a camera on. I've got 4 of those total. That's probably the smallest one I have. The other 3 I have, this is an ONN. The other 3 I have solar panels on them, and so they can charge in the sun. And I'll go into the story on those on a different video. But basically, I did a ride last summer that was on the Washington Backcountry Discovery Route with my motorcycle group, and I bought one of those battery packs with the solar panel on it, and that thing ran my cell phone, my Garmin Montana 700i GPS, my GoPro 360 camera, all day long, 10 hours on that thing, and it was, I think, only about a third discharged after 10 hours on the trail. So those things are amazing, especially for people that run a lot of GoPros. You can plug those in and run your GoPro all night for a night lapse or time lapse, or for a 10-hour ride on a motorcycle. It's nice not to have to stop every every few hours and change the batteries out. So I love those things, and I've got 3 of them now plus this smaller one. And I plan to use them. I'm up to 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 4 or 5 GoPros now. I've got one that's a 360 GoPro. I've got one that's for slow-mos. I've got another one set up, the settings for like night lapse and time lapse. And then I've got another one that's selfie GoPro, and one that mounts on a tripod for doing stuff like this. So anyway, lots of cameras, lots of batteries, lots of operating systems for an old guy to remember. USB connector for charging the battery pack there, or anything else that uses that cord. I've got a different type of USB cord here. I got one of everything, I think, in here. A lighter. I like these lighters here. I've found versions of these that are refillable. And so I really like those. This one is not refillable, but the ones that I did find were just like this and refillable. And I like that long metal kind of spout on there. Keeps your fingers away from whatever it is you're lighting. I've got my Magellan book, and I think I will just put that back in here. This is looks like some kind of a secret. There we got an instant French roast coffee packet. Put my Magellan book back in there because I believe that's going to stay in there. Let me unzip this. I'll look up the manufacturer of this pack too. I've been really happy with this pack. Pretty rugged. Nothing's torn or broken on it so far. And I've got another cord, cell phone cord. I'm going to sneeze here. Pardon me. Anyway, cell phone cord. Looks like I got a couple of those. So that's the goal of going through this, is picking out things that I have too many of in here and dispersing those through other packs. Some more hand warmers. I've got an 84-inch by 52-inch emergency blanket. And that looks like that's it for that compartment. Oh boy. I've got this orange tape. Let's see if I can get that out here where you can get a look at it. But I use this for marking my trail. If I'm somewhere off trail and exploring, I'll hang a piece of this on the end of a branch every so often, so I'll have an idea of where I came from and where I need to go back to. I don't want to get lost out there. GPSs don't work all the time. Looks like I've got a splint here for the occasional bad knee. My knee has started kind of bothering me only when I'm coming downhill. Does it bug me? Going uphill isn't too bad. This is a sharpening puck for my axe. I'll go into the axe and the saw in a different video. Maybe when I refill this thing, if I can get it down to the weight that I'm interested in getting it to. Love this coat. I found this REI Gore-Tex thin windbreaker at a thrift store years ago, and it's beautiful. The first time I used it, I took it out hiking and it started to rain, and I had this and a Gore-Tex hat on. This thing breathes very well and keeps you dry, and it was one of the happiest hikes I think I've ever been on. All right, so I got the little thin raincoat windbreaker. Everybody remembers these things. Hope we don't get stuck wearing those again. What do we got here? I've got my outdoor research Seattle rain hat, Gore-Tex. It's been a great hat. I've got some gloves. These are kind of like nettle picking gloves. I got these off Amazon. They're cheapies, and they're actually mechanic gloves, but this rubberized stuff works well for picking nettles. Camera lens cleaner, cloth. Oh God, who knows what's in here? Looks like I've got some stuff sacks. I got these stuff sacks, these waterproof stuff sacks years ago down in Georgia. I was down in Atlanta, Marietta, Georgia, and it was from a place called Etowah Outfitters. They make quality equipment. They were part of a scout group that I was a member of, and my son was in their scout troop, and so I got stuff from them. Looks like I've got a couple lens cleaning rags, so I can toss one of those aside. And here we have, holy cow, this is some of my son's Boy Scout stuff here. He had a flint and steel, and it's just basically fire making supplies. Yeah, it's all just fire making stuff in that bag, so I can pare that down and save some weight, disperse that stuff throughout. Really love this GSI espresso maker. Looks like that one could use to be cleaned anyway. I bought this, and it's fine for me if I, go up in the mountains to have a cup of espresso. But the volume of it, you have to let it cool completely off before you can reload it. And I had this in our boat, and it was just too small for the two of us. So I'm going to keep this one in this pack for myself. If I go up, I can make an espresso just for one person, and I will get that opened up eventually and cleaned out. This is the cup that I use with it. One of the things about using those is that you're supposed to use those on low heat. They work better, I guess, on low heat. Another little cup. This probably works better with the this goes on top of here when it cooks your espresso shot. Oh boy, I got all the stuff in here. This is my cook set along with my homemade alcohol stove, and I will go through this and its contents on another video when I install it back into the pack. This video is going to run long here. Looks like I've got some coffee makings, some honey, some ground coffee, honey packets in there. Set over by the coffee maker. And that was kind of my goal, was just to go up into the woods. Before I started getting into bushcraft, it was just to go up into the woods and find a nice quiet spot and make a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. Or the beach. I live here on the coast, so there's spots I can go to on the beach. I've got a few of these clips in here. They work pretty good for tarps in a pinch. I may not need to have those in there. I do have a tarp in here in case I get rained on. Looks like I've got a little tea making spoon and a wine pulling cork, and some different tea bags in here. And it appears I've got some more tea in here along with a plastic spoon. I believe these are my wood carving tools here, in case I ever get ambitious and want to make a spoon or a cup. But it's been my opinion. It's easier just to buy a little cup for now. Anyway, I think that empties that out. I've got yeah, that main pocket is emptied out. Up here I've got a Fresnel lens for starting fire. I can put that in with the fire starting stuff. Got another lighter, a little jet powered lighter that is pretty windproof. This is a work sharp knife sharpener I got for my Mora and my other knives, and it seems to work really well. It's got a carbide and a ceramic insert here, and you can adjust it to two different bevels. Where am I going to put that? That'll go up front here. A little bit of sunscreen. I have a funny story that goes along with that sunscreen. If I remember it when I put it back in, I'll tell you. Little button compass with the wrist strap on it. I'm not sure how well that works. I'll have to check that out. These are bandana things with some sort of stuff inside of them that if you get them wet, they keep your forehead cool. Got those from where I used to work. My harmonica. I ain't sure if it still works. Yep. Always handy to have if you're someplace where nobody can hear how terrible you are. Oh, looks like I got another Fresnel lens, so I can put that in a different pack. I do have other packs. I've got packs for mushroom hunting. I've got packs for bushcraft. I've got packs for day trips. I've got packs for 3-day trips. I've got packs for week-long trips. My last outing, I really came across a need for some of these Kleenex, so I'd use my hanky, and then I had to come home and wash it, of course. But I like to save my hanky for other things. I got too much stuff in my hands. Here's a couple batteries for the little Magellan GPS, Exploris GPS. I've got a pair of folding glasses that are pretty cool. These are from my old ultralight kit, backpack kit. But these unfold and then extend, and then when you don't need them, they fold right up. So those are really cool. Save me a lot of space. Anytime I go out into the woods, I always wear safety glasses. Branches, boy, I tell you, if you get popped in the eye with a branch or a thorn or a devil's club, it can ruin a day, ruin a trip. So I always have those on when I'm going through some thick brush. Here I've got, I believe I've got what is like a firecracker and a smoke bomb and then another lighter. Just some old fireworks that I had left over from years gone by. Figured you can always use the little smoke bomb for signaling. You can use the firecracker for scaring off animal that you don't want messing with you. Let's see here. I think we're getting close to. I've got a bottom pouch in here. One thing that bothered me is I had an ultralight backpacking tent years ago, and I loved it. It was manufactured by tarptent.com. Very light and very nice tent. I haven't been able to locate it. I hope to run across it now that I'm starting to dig through some of my old backpacking gear. I've got stuff out in the garage still that I have not gone through, and so hopefully I will find that eventually, because it was a great little tent. Little marker here, that's a killer tree, danger tree marker that I had from my days when I worked for the state. I used to be a wildland firefighter for the state, and if I come across a place where there's a widowmaker, I'll stick a little piece of this where somebody can see it so they don't pitch a tent underneath of it or the like. Of course, we all know what this is for. Yep. I've got some Atwood rope. It's kind of like paracord. It's only a 110-pound test, but you know, you don't need 550 pounds for everything, so I got a roll of that. Somewhere in one of my packs I've also got a pretty big spool of bank line, and I enjoy that. And this is my tarp, my sill nylon tarp. I will eventually weigh this when I put it in there, and I'm not sure what size exactly it was. I also got this from Etowah Outfitters down there in Georgia. Great guys. Haven't ordered anything from them in years and years and years. And this has lasted me all that time. It's been since my son is 30 years old now, and he was in grade school when I ordered this stuff from them. So I'm not sure if they're still in business. If they are, I know they were really good at what they did, and they had quality gear. So that appears to be everything. Tarp. I can see the need for some things in here that are not in here, such as paracord for the tarp. I suppose that 110-pound test stuff will be okay for that. This has got an area in it for a bladder, water bladder, and also from this Etowah Outfitters, I have a backpack cover that I put in there, and it kind of adds as padding on my back in there where the water bladder area is supposed to be. This does have a water bladder in it. I just have not ever used it yet. Like I said, I'll look up where I got this backpack. It's been a really good backpack. I've got waist strap on it. It has got a chest strap on it, and I've got binoculars on here on my waist strap. So anyway, that's everything that was in this thing. So what I'm going to do is I've got piles of stuff out in the garage on a table, and try and figure out what I have in here that I don't need, and figure out what is not in here that I do need. And I will I'll come back, make another video when I reload this pack, and see what kind of weight I've got for just the bare necessities. I think the idea is to have a different pack for different scenarios, which will keep your pack lighter and more single purpose. So I'm going to figure out what purpose this pack is going to fulfill, and load it just for that purpose, and then we'll see where we're at weight wise. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you appreciate this kind of stuff, click the subscribe button. If you want to be notified of when I post the video of reloading this pack up with the things that I've determined necessary to be in it, click the notification bell, and it'll let you know when I upload the next video. Anyway, thanks for watching.